Hello students, let us start with the next chapter, that is plant growth and development. Now we all know that growth is very important for any cell to develop, right? So all plants are descendants of the zygote, that is everything comes from the zygote. The zygote develops into a mature plant through growth and differentiation. Now, growth is the increase in size, which is irreversible. That is, once the cell has increased in size, then it cannot go back. And differentiation is when the cell becomes different or becomes specialized and it forms roots, leaves, branches, flowers, fruits, and seeds. Then they will eventually die. So we are going to study all of this in this chapter. Plant growth generally is defined as an irreversible permanent increase in size of an organ or its parts or an individual cell. It involves metabolic processes that require energy. So plant growth is continuous throughout the plant's life because they have meristems. Meristems have the capacity to divide and to self-perpetuate. The growth where new cells are always added to the plant body by the activity of meristem is called open form of growth, right? So plant growth is generally intermittent. At a cellular level, the growth occurs due to increase in the amount of protoplasm. So the increase in protoplasm is generally very difficult to measure. So the growth is measured by other parameters like fresh weight, dry weight, length, area, volume, cell number. Now, if we talk about cell number, then a maize root apical meristem can produce more than 17,500 new cells per hour. The cell size of a watermelon increases rapidly. The length of the pollen tube grows very fast. The surface area growth can be seen in the dorsiventral leaf. So by all these parameters, we can measure the growth. Next, let us learn about phases of growth. So these are the phases: meristematic phase, elongation phase, and the maturation phase. Meristematic phase occurs in meristem at the root apex and shoot apex. Cells in this region have rich protoplasm and large nuclei. The cell walls are primary, thin, cellulosic with abundant plasmodesmata. Elongation phase occurs in cell proximal, that is just next to away from the tip, to meristematic zone. The cells have increased vacuolation, size, and new cell wall deposition. Maturation phase occurs in the cells further away from the apex, that is more proximal to the phase of elongation. The cells attain maximal growth in size in terms of cell wall thickening and protoplasmic modification in this phase. Now let us try and understand growth rates. So what is a growth rate? It is basically how much growth has occurred during a particular time. So it is the increased growth per unit time. So the growth rate can be arithmetic or geometrical. Arithmetic growth is generally following a mitotic cell division. So here only one daughter cell continues to divide while the other differentiates and matures. So if we plot the graph, that is, if we plot the length of the organ against time, then we see a linear curve, right? So mathematically, we can express it as length at the time, which is equal to length at time 0 plus the growth rate or the elongation per unit time. In geometrical growth, both the daughter cells continue mitotic cell division. In most systems, the initial growth is slow, that is, we have a lag phase. Then we have rapid growth, which is exponential phase, and then we have stationary phase. So if we look at the curve, then the curve will be S-shaped or sigmoid curve. Now, this generally happens in all natural systems, right? So, a sigmoid curve is characteristic of living organisms growing in natural environment. It is typical for all cells, tissues, and organs of a plant. So, this can be expressed by this formula where the final size is represented by W1, which is equal to the initial size, which is at the beginning of the period. E stands for the base of natural algorithms, R is the growth rate, and T is the time required for growth. Here, R is relative growth rate, right? So, it is also the measure of the ability of a plant to produce new plant material, which we call as efficiency index. Hence, the final size depends on the initial size. So, quantitative comparison between the growth can also be made in two ways, that is absolute growth rate and relative growth rate. Absolute growth rate is the measurement and comparison of total growth per unit time. Relative growth rate is measurement of growth of a given system per unit time expressed on common basis. Example, per unit initial parameter, right? I hope you understood about growth and growth rates properly. In the next video, we will study about differentiation. Thank you.